Alright you guys, welcome back to another video, and today is a little bit different. Today I am in game and I want to celebrate Pirate Week. Yes, I know that's right. I am typically a industrial player, a non-combat enjoyer, but it is Pirate Week or the end of it, so I figured that we would get in and check out the pirate life. Okay, so to kick things off, I picked up a skin on the store for the cutlass, and we're gonna check it out. This is the new pirate skin for the cutlass, and I do have a pirate skin. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I don't want to show too much now. We're gonna get in the ship. Look at that. The skull and you know, swords right there. Honestly, this is kind of smart for them to do. Perfect timing. One Piece just came out on Netflix. It is very popular right now. The show, I've seen the whole thing. I am a longtime fan of One Piece. I have the manga. I've you know, read the anime. Obviously, I've always wanted to be Luffy. This is a thing. Who hasn't? I mean, for a lot of people, One Piece is honestly... Wow, that's loud. I'm sorry about that, guys. Ooh, I think I'm gonna run out of something to drink here. Let me see if I have anything in my backpack. Yes, we do. So that's what we're gonna do here for a second. Wait. I'm gonna take a drink real quick so we don't dehydrate. But yeah, you know, a lot of people are big fans of One Piece. I'm gonna kind of fast forward to this drinking process. Give me a second, guys. Okay, there we go. And you know what? These drinks are great because, as you can see, it also replenishes your food. Okay, helmet back on. We're ready to go. We're back in business. So yeah, as I was saying, a lot of people are pretty big fans of One Piece. It's like, you know, the most popular anime. Look at this. We got our guns in here. We're all ready to go. But yeah, it's a lot of people's favorite anime, and for good reason too. But it's also one of the longest animes, like 1,000 episodes or something like that. And honestly, it's just a lot of fun to watch. It's to me, honestly, One Piece is a very feel-good anime. It does have its deep moments, but let's talk about the show for a second here, the Netflix show, because to be honest with you guys, I had very, very low expectations for the show, just kind of based on other live-action adaptations. You know, I honestly didn't think the Full Metal Alchemist adaptation was that bad, and I loved Alice in Borderland. I think it was great. But there has been a ton of hidden misses with Netflix adapting anime into, you know, live action, because it's hard. A lot of animes really kind of, I don't know, it's cartoony, so it's hard to translate that. Hang on a second. So yeah, Netflix live action One Piece. Honestly, I thought it was good, but my expectations going into the show were not very high, based on some of the other live action content that Netflix has put out. Honestly, I did like Full Metal Alchemist. I also liked Alice in Borderland. I thought those were pretty good, but stuff like the live action Cowboy Bebop was really tough. Okay, there were aspects of the live action Cowboy Bebop that I liked, but all in all, it was pretty bad. And it was actually made by the same studio that did the live action One Piece, or was supposed to do the live action One Piece. So when I kind of heard that same studio was working on it, I was like, I don't know. But I actually really enjoyed it. One of the reasons why too was the original creator of One Piece did have a little bit of a hand in it. I don't know to what extent he was involved, but I think he kind of gave the project his blessing, and I think that's a big deal. Kind of looking over the script or whatever. Secondly, I think they did an excellent job with the actors. I think all the actors really connected with the source material and kind of, embodied their characters really well. I think obviously now that that Luffy guy, the actor, I kind of just can't picture anyone else acting as Luffy. I think the actors did such a good job. Now that I picture Luffy, I obviously still picture in my head the manga Luffy, but the actor definitely comes to mind as well, because he just embodied what I think Luffy would look and behave like if he was a real person. So I think they knocked it out of the park when it came to that stuff. And I think honestly, one of the things that made the show so good for so many people is kind of because the expectations around it was already so low. Like, you went into the show and it was just like, okay, this is gonna be whatever. It's a One Piece live action. I'm just gonna watch it because it's One Piece. And there are a lot of fans that appreciate that type of fan service, and I do too, honestly. I think it's great. There are a lot of people who say Netflix shouldn't do any more live action adaptations, and I disagree with that. I think they absolutely should. It's just up to us to decide if it sucks or not. I don't think they should stop doing it. I just obviously I wish that they would respect the source material more. And I don't want to say live action anime adaptations need to be fan service, but Netflix and other streaming services, they know exactly what they're doing when they make these shows. They want to pull that built-in audience, right? If you're making a brand new show, it's tough to market because nobody knows about it. So you end up having to spend so much money in marketing just to get people to, just to kind of convince people to give the show a try. But when you're working with material that people already know about, they're like, okay, I'm gonna watch this because this is One Piece and I know this story and I know these characters and I already enjoy this story. So it's like you go into it and you could be disappointed if they do it wrong. That's the big thing. And that's kind of the big thing with The Witcher. It's like you have this built-in audience because people know the source material and they like the source material. But if you do it wrong, it's gonna be worse. Now, obviously, The Witcher Season 3 was like one of the most watched shows at the time, honestly, because I think people wanted to watch, it's like seeing a car accident on the side of the road. You want to, see how bad this thing really is. And regardless of if it's good or bad, again, because it's known, this, people know about the source material, people know about the content. It's one of those things where you have that built-in audience. People are going to watch it, but is there going to be, audience retention? I don't think so. Now, with the One Piece live action, I'll be honest with you guys, I've already seen it twice. It's that good. I enjoy it. I think that they captured the spirit of the show. They captured what it feels like to watch One Piece. When I'm watching the One Piece live action, I feel like I'm reading the manga. I feel like I'm watching the cartoon. And that feeling that you get when you watch a show with a specific story, with a specific vibe, and again, I don't know how better to describe it than kind of like it's a vibe that you get. That's huge. That's major. Now, into the negative a little bit. There was some major changes with the story. Now, usually this is a bad thing. Usually when, you go to live action and they change a bunch of stuff, it's usually a bad thing where people are like, oh man, they just totally screwed up. But the big reason why I think it works in the One Piece live action is that the decisions that they made sense, and you can kind of see why they did make some of the decisions they made. And one of the reasons why they made a lot of the story decisions and the story changes was because they condensed the show down a lot. So they basically tried to cover the entire East Blue story arc in one season. And that is incredibly ambitious, so obviously a lot of aspects had to get changed. But again, I think what they changed makes sense for live action and made sense for what they were going for. But obviously the biggest thing that I would have to kind of deduct a point for on the show is that I don't think it was enough episodes. I think 8 episodes is really rough. I understand that Netflix isn't the juggernaut I feel like it used to be. It's trying to kind of spread out its assets a little bit, because again, when Netflix really came out on the scene, it was the only show in town, and a lot of other production houses kind of had to play ball because they had this huge audience. But now you have Disney Plus, you have Paramount Plus, you have NBC, and even PBS has an app. So everybody has their shows on their platforms, and so that means Netflix just kind of has to come up with their own stuff. So that means that the budget has to get spread around. And I don't know, I think I heard someone report that each episode of the One Piece live action was like $15 million or something, because they did a lot of practical effects. And honestly, would I have rathered less practical effects for more episodes? I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of 50-50. I think that what they delivered was so good that honestly, I'm okay with the 8 episodes. But I wish it was longer. I wish we got at least 10 or 12 episodes. Now we are getting a second season. That has already been confirmed. There's a lot of source material that Netflix can work from. 1,000 episodes. This is one of those animes that you don't really have to cram, although we kind of know that they might end up having to. I don't expect season 2 to be like 16 episodes or anything like that. I expect it to be just as short. But if they just kind of continue doing what they're doing, honestly, in my opinion, season 2 is going to be another home run. So yeah, I like the show. I understand the decisions they had to make it. But if you haven't seen it already, you should go watch it. It's honestly I'm probably gonna watch through it a third time. Partly because there's nothing else good to watch right now, and partly because it's just a feel good show. And again, you know, I've read the mangas and watched the show so many times that it's just, why not? And of course, Netflix also has all the movies and a lot of the episodes. I'm not sure if they have all the episodes right now, but if you want to get back into the anime, like, to kind of prepare for season 2, let's just say, okay, I'm going to rewatch all the movies, I'm going to rewatch all the anime episodes. Or if you've never watched the whole anime and you're just like completely new to the One Piece franchise, I think the live action is kind of a great gateway drug. Honestly, if you like the live action, check out the anime, check out the manga. It's pretty good, and I feel like it'll kind of give people an appreciation for the changes that they made, because yes, they made a lot of changes. I like the changes though. Not all of them. The arc with Gaunt. No, I don't want to give away any spoilers if you haven't seen it, but there's a part in the ending that it's kind of interesting. But they had to conclude that story arc in a way. So again, it's one of those things that I'm not gonna knock them too much on. But it was good, and if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. Perfect timing that Star Citizen is doing Pirate Week, because there's probably a ton of people who are excited about the One Piece show, and One Piece, Luffy and the gang, the Straw Hat Pirates, the good pirates, wants to be king of the pirates so you can change the world, make it a better place. That's a good thing. And even in Star Citizen, there are good pirates out there. So now we've kind of covered that. We're on Daymar. We've got some sunlight here. I don't know though, I kind of came to a spot that is pretty stormy, so I kind of feel like I need to go somewhere else again. Look at where'd this storm come from? This always happens when I go to Daymar. Look at that, we can't see anything because of this haze. I'm still looking pretty good on fuel. Yeah, I'm gonna go kind of back to the mountains over here a little bit. But yeah, I'll be honest with you guys, I have never done piracy in Star Citizen. I remember when they had the original FanDuel mass event for Halloween. I did camp outside PO and attack players, but I mean, it's just kind of one of those things where everyone was trying to get the mask. So, can you guys really blame me for that? Can you really cancel me for that? I feel like everybody was doing that at that time. Obviously, the Vandal Mass event was updated to be like a treasure hunt type situation, and different people have different feelings about that. But I honestly think these scavenger hunt events are kind of a great way for CIG to get the community involved. Just make a cool, rare loot item. It doesn't have to be the Vandal Mask. It shouldn't, be that exclusive, but make something cool that, people can go after. I think there's an event going on right now for Pirate Week where you can go to Klesha facility, and I think you have to look for, some items and take a screenshot, and, you have an opportunity to... Yeah, we're getting low here. But yeah, let's take a look at this ship. You have an opportunity to win some cool ships, so stuff like that is pretty neat. But I do like the idea of them adding unique items to the loot pool just for specific events. I think that is a kind of a great way to get the community engaged. Hey, go around. They can mix it up. They made it relatively easy for the Halloween event, where you kind of were just supposed to go to any outpost location, but they can make it where it's like, okay, the item is gonna be at in a cave, or the item might be by the river, or the item might be, you know, at one of the derelicts or one of the new settlements that's coming out. Alright, so let's look at the new pirate skin here. Get a good angle for you guys. There we go. Look at that. I like it. You got the black and the red. You got the skull and swords there on the wings. You also got the red canopy glass for the pilot and the gunner. You got the red accent pinstriping, and it's actually like a nice burgundy. It's not like a bright red. It is very, you know, I like it a lot, and it's also kind of subtle too. You've got the, you know, the skull and the swords, but it's kind of tasteful. You got them on the wings, on the body, and then you have the red accents all around. A very cool, very nice looking skin on the bottom as well. Let me just kind of roll over into the light so you guys can see that better. Yep, on the bottom there. That's pretty nice. I like those little details that they add. Let's fly towards Crusader. Where is it? Did I lose it? Where'd it go? There we go. Beautiful. This is a cool skin. You guys, happy Pirate Week. I know I'm a little late on this video. This is something that's a little bit new that I'm trying out. Just kind of like a gameplay chit chat video. My computer needs to be upgraded badly, so that's why I don't capture that much gameplay content. But every now and again I get into the game and talk to you guys. I think I did a review of the Lynx and the Fury in game. That was a lot of fun to do. This is also a lot of fun to do, you know, just flying around showing you guys stuff, and this is a cool skin. So yeah, I think you can pick up this skin. You can still pick up this skin right now. Again, it's limited only for Pirate Week. I also picked up a skin for the Avenger, a very cool looking skin. Let me know if you guys want me to show that off. Let me know if you guys want more chit chat videos, some more gameplay chit chat my words, I can't talk. Anyway, you guys know what I mean. But that's gonna be it for me here today, you guys. I think I've rambled on long enough, wasted your time long enough. Like I always say at the end of these videos, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Salute.